Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to KritzKast. We do not have any games for you tonight, I'm afraid, but that's because the season is over, and we have one final bit of business. That's, of course, to hand out some of the awards for the best players of the season. I'm CeeJaey, and I'm going to be your host, but I'm joined by a wealth of talent, some of the stars you've seen over the course of Season 17. We have from Team STCK, I have Sniper CazaroC. From Team Failure Esports, we have their Sniper proky and their Demo and Captain Joe. And then from Torpedo, is it just Torpedo or Torpedo Esports? I think it's just Torpedo, right? Just Torpedo. Yeah, we have Wild Piggy, who was their scout for this season. We are also joined by Bloodis, one of our ETF2L admins, who'll be announcing the actual results. And finally, in the background, you don't have a camera because he's a bit shy. All he does is he just whispers in our ear, telling us what we're doing wrong. It's Wiethoofd on the production. I'm managing to put up this insanely beautiful overlay. But for those of you who've been living under a rock for the past few months, you may have missed out on the season. We had 6 teams. We had a returning team, STCK, of course, twice Premiership champions in the past. And they were coming back with a slightly changed roster, bit of a rough start to the season, but they did in fact take the title to make them level with the likes of SNSD with 3 Premiership wins. Failure Esports had looked pretty undefeatable throughout the season. They were the runners-up in the end. They came second for the 4th season in a row. Third place was Torpedo, who, for their first ever season, a lot of debutants and a lot of experienced players mixed together in that roster, did finish in 3rd place after losing in the semi-final of the playoffs. And just behind them, we had the likes of Envision, Kitty, and we had Tourette's Chess Club back again for another season, but another winless season, unfortunately for them. I think they only picked up just the 1 point over the course of the season. We're going to have a chat with the gents here about their seasons. I'm going to start off with you, Wild Piggy. You guys were, I believe you were one of the debutants this season, right? Your team was kind of mixed with some players who played before. You had like Agi, for example, who'd been to a Prem final, but then there was other players who were playing in Prem for the first time. Like, what were your expectations coming into the season? Did you guys just want to participate, or did you think, hey, we can actually make top 3?
I think at the beginning, everybody wasn't expecting like at all, even inside of the team. And I found it amazing how we were able to get all the way up to 3rd place with most of our players, or half of the players, being debut players of the season, first season in Prem. I had already played one game in Prem, so I wasn't able to be voted on. But I don't know. I still think this was my first season in Prem. So,
I mean, coming like after the first 2 weeks you played Failure and STCK, who are, everyone agreed they were pretty much the favorites heading into the season. They had been the top 2 in UGC as well. So after losing those 2 games, did you kind of feel beaten down, or do you think you could bounce back? Were you kind of like, okay, we got the hard part out of the way now, we can actually do something, or were you kind of just struggling a bit?
Yeah, definitely. As you said, it was kind of like the hardest part right at the beginning, but after that we were like, we even took a point of fail, and we were like, we can actually do something with this. All the other teams, they're probably going to be fairly easy compared to what we just did, so this might actually work out.
Yeah, and it did work out for you guys. You did pick up enough points in the end to reach that 3rd place. And 3rd place in your first season, that's very, very respectable. I'm going to move on to, I'm going to start off with Joe here. So Joe, you guys finished runners up again. Coming into this season, I would have said, from my point of view, you guys were the favorite. Coming into the season, was there a moment in the season you felt you had the kind of title under wraps? Was there like a turning point in the season where you felt the strongest and then didn't feel the strongest, or was it kind of just the same feeling all the way through?
Yeah, I felt we were going to win straight away, but when Clark decided to change 4 players, it kind of got a bit tricky, and they started winning more games. So.
You think that was like the turning point, the change of roster from them?
Yeah, they played way better. They got more Sixers players in, so they started playing a lot better than they did.
Yeah, I mean, we did see, and I think some of those players are actually up for some of the awards as well. Really did put in some good showings. Do you agree with that, Proky? Do you think like it was that was the turning point? Were any changes kind of within the team yourself when you were playing? Because there was a moment I guess I can call it your guys like Hell Week, where you played. Like I think you played STCK like 3 times, like twice in UGC and once in ETF2L, and all of them were losses. Like after that, like after losing that, okay, so you lost UGC, but you still had first seed in the grand final of ETF2L. Was that at that moment? Did you still feel that you could win the final, or did you feel kind of the underdogs at that point?
I still think we had a decent shot winning the final. I wouldn't say we were underdogs as such, because we still had our 2 map pick ads, and we knew we could beat them on KOF. So when we picked it and we beat them on that map, just so we didn't pull it together on steel in time.
Was there kind of anything you would have changed heading into the final, like map choice wise? Like, would you have changed your choices or any kind of strategic decisions you would have thought?
We could have probably picked Warm Tick instead of Steel, but I'm not sure if that would have made much of a difference. But yeah, with the benefit of hindsight, I do think Warm Tick would have. Maybe we could have won it because we did win Coal Plant, but who knows now?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but even that doesn't tell us all the answers most of the time. Finally, CazaroC, I'm going to come to you. Thank you for waiting so patiently there. We were talking about the roster changes, and you were one of those roster changes. You started the season on Tourette's French club. I still call them chess club. They're chess club to me. But you started the season for them, and then you moved to Failure as a backup. And then within like a few days, you then joined STCK as main, and you guys went on to win. Do you agree with the mentality? I mean, maybe it's hard for you to kind of tell the difference because you weren't there before you started playing, but do you feel that you and the likes of Credu and Elicor had that impact on the season to help them win?
Yeah, I think like the changes really helped them, to be honest, because like seeing the first result during the season, they had like a rough time against most of the teams. And then they had it Credu on main scout, and it changes everything. With like added Elicor, they had like a better cohesion in the combo, I guess. So yeah, it changed a lot, I guess.
Like coming into the season, you've obviously witnessed it as having played against these gamers, and then you joined STCK. What were your personal feelings heading into the playoffs? Like, because there was that moment on the last match day, you guys had to beat Failure in order to actually even get into playoffs. There was a chance that STCK could have been relegated if results had gone the other way. So coming into that game, like how confident were you to win that game? And after you won it, did you feel like you had the upper hand maybe mentally heading into the grand final?
It really helped a lot, yeah, to win 6-0 the last week of the main season. Like we were like really confident going for the rest. Like I think we need like a Gauntlet Cup lose would have been enough to go to the playoffs. But yeah, 6-0 was like the best we could have, and yeah, it was a really really good things to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you kind of the upper hand, and actually getting into the playoffs, you've got to be in it to win it. And you guys managed to get into the playoffs and, of course, go all the way to the grand final and win in what was a great grand final. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sure it's up on YouTube or Twitch VOD. You can check it out. But now we're going to head on to the thing that everyone's waiting here for. We're just chatting away, gas bagging. I know this is everyone's favorite part. But, hey, let's move on to the actual awards. We have, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, something like 11 or 12 awards to hand out. We have one each for the class of the season, starting from Scout all the way to Spy. Then we have Debut of the Season. That's the player who's played in the Prem for the first time this season and, played the best, I suppose. And then we also have Caster of the Season amongst people who've actually talked over the games for KritzKast. And then finally we have MVP, Most Valuable Player, Best Player of the Season, the best gamer in Season 17 Premiership Highlander in ETF2L. And we are now joined by Wild Piggy. He's fixed his cam. We can now look upon all his gloriousness. Welcome. But I'm going to go hand over to Bloodis now. Bloodis is the man with the plan. He has all of the... I don't even know the results. I don't think even Wiethoofd knows the results. So, I mean, this is all secret, super secret stuff. But Bloodis, do you want to take us through and let us know who was nominated for Scout the Season?
Okay, sure. So, we had Wild Piggy, Credu, and Crayon nominated for the Scout then on this season now. And then getting the third place will be Crayon, getting 63 votes. Then on second place, with only 13 more votes, we have Wild Piggy from Torpedo, leaving Credu from SDCK with a whopping 370 votes.
Damn, that's a big winning margin. But hey, I'm gonna Piggy. You need to kick things off here. Congratulations on sort of second best scout in Prem. But how do you feel?
I mean, I'm happy, of course. First season and I get second place in the votings. Not everybody can do that, so I'll get the privilege to be awarded that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Also, congratulations to Credu, obviously, getting 300. How many was it?
370.
370 votes. That's a lot of votes. Yeah, and Crayon as well. Great scout. I also want to just say congratulations to all the other scouts, I guess. So Lightclaw and Vori and I can't remember the rest, but you know, congratulations to everybody. It was a great season as a scout, and congratulations to Credu again.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything to kind of add there? I mean, Joe, you were talking about how much of an impact the change in the roster for SDCK had. Do you think Credu was a big?
Yeah, Credu was like a really big part of it. Like he was like one of their main carries for when he did join their roster. I don't think Crayon should have got the award. I just didn't feel like he did enough impact, even if he was on my team. But I feel like Vori should have got the third place, or maybe second if he got nominated for it.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, like Wild Piggy says, there was a number of scouts this season who did very well. I mean, anyone else worth mentioning? I mean, Kaza, you played with Credu. Do you feel there was any other scouts that could even sort of stand up against him, or do you feel he very justified?
To be honest, like when I was like starting to play for SDCK and I saw him like just destroying everyone, like it was on Coldplat and map like that, he was just like carrying the team by himself. I was just like behind watching him cleaning the frags, and yeah, just impressive scout, to be honest. He deserves to win.
Great stuff there. So there we go. Scout of the season was Credu of SDCK. Only starting, I think, from week 4, and then just tearing his way through the division for the remainder of the season. And of course, the next in the lineup is Soldier of the season. So Bloodis, do you want to take it?
All right. Then we have, for the soldiers, we got nominated Jackie Legs, Middle, and Newbie. And from them, we had 68 votes going for JoeN Middle. Then we have a close contest up ahead with 201 and 217 votes, leaving Nobby on second place and Jackie Legs on first place once again.
Wow, there we go. I think that must be 4 in a row for Jackie Legs now. I'm not sure if anyone can corroborate that, but I do believe he's been Soldier of the Season for a number of times now in a row. So there we go. Joe, how many votes was that? Was that like 16 votes more?
Yeah, that was 16.
Wow. Very, very close indeed. Anyone? I mean, I'm just going to leave this open to the floor, guys. Nubby, very, very close in behind. Do you feel this is a correct sort of share of the votes between those three games?
I think Nubby should have won, like definitely. I don't think Jackie Legs had as much of an impact as he did. But I feel like Middle played a lot better than in the grand finals than Jackie Legs. I just don't understand why Jackie Legs would get first.
Middle deserves better. Justice for Middle.
Nubby did a lot the whole season.
Yeah, Nubby should have won this one, to be honest.
Every
like, for
game
me,
he was
like,
on top.
Yeah, the impact he had on this team was like really insane. Like Jackie is a good soldier, but in my opinion, he was like helping more the team with like main calling and keeping like the team calm and focused during the game. So that's how he helped me. But yeah, on the impact from the soldiers, yeah, Newbie should have won.
It would have been amazing having him on his first season just get on top of that, but maybe next time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna lay down some Highlander knowledge here, because there's three players. There's only three players in history who've ever won Class of the Season, Debut of the Season, and Player of the Season, all in the same sort of getting the triple. One of those was Shadowburn, one of them was Blub on demo, and the other one was Ast on Scout. So those three players in their first season won the Player. So Nubby was obviously, I think he's up for MVP as well, I believe. So he had the potential to do that here. But no, Jackie Legs being the winner there. And, well, our panel of experts, that's what I have to call you guys now. You're the panel of experts. Slightly disagrees with that. So we're going to move on to Pyro now. Pyro of the season, Bloodis. Of course, everyone's favorite class. Let us know who was nominated.
Well, for Pyro, we have T. Borden, Yahoo, and Weeklocks. And for them, we have 101 votes on the third place, going for T. Borden from Torpedo. And following up on that, we have 114 votes, going for Joyatech's Weeklocks, which gives SDCK on Yahoo the first place on Pyro.
There we go. And I think that is another gamer who's won Pyro of the season for the past few seasons, I want to say. I can't remember. He must be up to at least 3 or 4 now. Second time in a row, Wiethoofd's telling me he's whispering in my ear, whispering sweet nothings. Again, I'm going to open this up to the floor, guys, because, again, I mean, we got Torpedo, we got Fela, and we got SCCK all represented in the nominations, and you guys are all here. So here, this is the moment where you either praise or you BM your Pyros. Hit me.
Yahoo deserved it. Veeclocks is bad. There you go.
Oof.
No one's gonna argue that. Everyone's just gonna agree.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with Pocky's statement.
Unlucky Veeclocks.
Like, I feel it's really hard to say if one Pyro was better than the other. Like, if they are both doing their job. Like, for me, I had Yahoo protecting my back most of the time on every map, so I had no problem when I was with him. So I guess he did what he had to do. But Veeclocks jumping with the jetpack during the interseason and getting every med pick he would, so yeah, kind of impressive too.
I'd like to say just T. Borden on our team, the whole season he was always part of the combo in pretty much every single push. So a lot of our successes, I guess, were based on this on our Pyro. So I would have hoped to see him closer to the top, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, the way you guys have spoken there. I don't know, it seems to have been a while since there's been different styles of playing Pyro, I guess. I don't know, from my personal experience, it seems that all Pyros play very, very similarly. You'd have to go really far back to look at the differences between people like Lex and Steve, where Lex was very, very passive and just babysat the Pyro. I feel with T. Borden, the big thing that stood out for me was his reflex all the time. Seemed to be very protective of his combo, whereas then you have Veeclocks, like you said, just jetpacking in and just YOLOing in and trying to go for the medic picks, whereas Yahoo is maybe playing the more traditional Pyro style. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen the jetpack used that much until this season.
Yeah, Veeclocks had his gimmick play, and somehow no one counted him at all. And it worked out on some maps, didn't work out on others, but he kind of mastered his art of feeding over and over again and killing people every time he does it. And it kind of worked out.
That's the name of the game, isn't it? I mean, if you take people out when you go in, then, should come out better for your team. We're going to move on to Demo of the season now. Of course, another sixes-based class. And Bloodis, take it away.
For Demo Man, we have JoeN, who's also here now, and then Wiethoofd and Joseph nominated for that. To start off, we have Wiethoofd with 130 votes. And then on the first place even, we have the returning Demo Man of the season with 185 votes. JoeN, which means Joseph will be on second place with 137.
Congrats, Joe.
Thanks.
Joe, how does it feel to be Demo Man of the season again?
Feels great. I knew I was going to win. both of them were not that good. The sticky jumper plays weren't that good either. So.
I mean, I was going to say to you, I think you've already answered the question I was going to ask. But I mean, did you feel that you were better than all the other demo men this season?
Yeah, I felt well.
Simple and to the point. I love it. Anyone else? Stand up for your demos. Joe's calling them out. He's saying they're all bad. He's the best. Does anyone disagree? Anyone dare to
Yes, I do disagree. He's
Is it
jumping
because-
sniper like a retard bot.
Ooh, okay. Disagreeing with the Joe plays. I was going to say, CazaroC, actually, we were talking about roster changes. Elacor wasn't nominated in this vote. I'm not sure, Bloodis, if you are able to shed light on that, like how many nominations players got, because obviously the way the votes are going for the audience, I'm not sure if you're aware, but obviously the community votes on who wins. However, the nominations themselves comes from the Prem players. So each team has to give a nomination for each class, like 2 or 3 players to nominate for each class, and those with the highest nominations enter in the votes. But I'm being told that he didn't play enough games, so apparently it's that. Okay, so anyone comments on Elacor or any other demo that could stand up to Joe this season?
I'm gonna have to talk about my demo man, or else it'd look bad, right? So, but honestly, Yak was always the core of our team. He was always the one main calling, or telling Aleski to shut up, which sometimes can be a very important thing to do. So, and of course, like the logs, every time you looked, he was always getting the damage that he needed to do. He was doing what he was supposed to do. The only thing I'd have to say, sometimes he was too aggressive, at least for how the rest of the team was playing. But other than that, he was just great all season.
Did you like him when he used sticky jumper on steel? Did you think that was a big impact on you winning?
I can't talk about that.
Why not? Come on, tell us.
I don't even remember that, honestly.
I think I can remember on the semi-final, he played with like the parachutes and another weird weapon to jump on our med. What the strats was, but and he was just feeding me every single time. So
he's very fond of a thing called Chaos Fury. So if you wanna ask him about that, I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you what it's all about. So.
I think Yak was held back by his heavy during the season. If he was allowed to have free reign on the team, he would have put in much more work. But Aleski held him back.
Because Yak was actually, or Yak/Joseph, he joined Torpedo in week 3, Wild Piggy? ? Because you had someone else as demo originally.
Yeah, Yixo was on demo, and then there was some switching. I also only joined week 3. A lot of our players got switched around before that. So, yeah.
Okay, well, there we go. Joe, is the stream dead? F in chat. Are we still live? We are? Okay, my screen died. So, I'm just panicking. This is me panicking right now. But yeah, so there we go. Joe was Demo Man of the Season. And according to Joe, he is the best Demo Man of the season. So there we go. It's always good when the winner of the award agrees with the public's opinion. We'll move on to Heavy of the Season now, Bloodis, and take it away.
All right. For the heavies, we had nominated Poskar, Sandberg, and Aleski. And with them, we almost have a tie for the third and second place already now, with 116 and 117 votes.
Oof.
Third place in this category goes for Poskar, and out of Aleski and Sandberg remaining, Aleski gets the second place, and Sandberg from SGSK wins the first place once again.
Sandberg, I think, might have the most awards now for a heavy in ETF2L. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure you got the likes of Catman with 2.
Yeah,
he's on 4 now, apparently. Wow, so yeah, there we go. Heavy of the season again. 3 heavies there. Again, the top 3 teams. It's your guys' teams. I need you to take this away and debate for me. Heavy of the season. Do you guys agree with this? Disagree?
No, I don't agree with this whatsoever. Polka should have won. He carried us in the grand finals. He was playing a way aggressive like a way aggressive playstyle than Sandburn ever does. He's like carrying us on like all 3 maps. This doesn't make sense. He got 3rd place.
I'm gonna have to disagree and say, just from what I experienced with Poker, he might have been very aggressive, but most of the time he was in a position where you could be easily just spammed out or just picked off, which, I mean, it was really annoying at times, but other times he'd just die too fast and then you guys wouldn't have any support.
Did your team make 2nd place?
No, but at least it's not the...
Could have been because of the heavy, you know?
So, Kaza, people disagreeing with the winner. Do you agree, Sandburn? I mean, does he main call for SCC?
It's between him and Jackie, yeah, but most of the time, yeah, I'd say Sunburn was our main caller on most payload maps. Yeah, it's really close between Sunburn and Poker. They have like both different game playstyles, so it's really hard to choose. I'd say Poker sometimes did really insanely good on, especially on Coal Plant, wherein he like raped in our inter team. It was like in some final, he had like a 13 kill streak or something. So yeah, very impressive heavy.
The debate seems to be between Poker or Pozka and Sandburn. Any comments on Oleski? He beat. You say that? Did I hear that right, Bloodis? It was just 1 vote between second.
That's correct.
So I mean, Oleski 2nd place. Does anyone agree with that? How would you guys like shuffle it around?
I would say
first.
Poker 2nd, Sandburn 1st.
Poker should be 1st, Sandburn 2nd.
Okay. Well, there we go. Heavy of the season is another SDCK player. Sandburn winning Heavy of the season 3rd or 4th time, because I'm pretty sure he's been MVP as well. 4th time, apparently, Wiethoofd's telling me. So congratulations to him. Another award on the shelf. And we're going to move on to now the most technically taxing class in the game. You need so much mechanics, DM, brain sense, just the whole package. It is, of course, the engineer. Is the building man. Who is the best Uncle Dane of the season, Bloodis? Hit me.
Well, for engineers, we had nominated Clark, Rambosaur, and Lilypad. The 3rd place for the engineer of the season goes for Lilypad from Joyotech with 100 votes exact. Then 2nd place with 127 votes will be going for Rambosaur, leaving Clark winning engineer of the season for the 5th time with 188 votes.
Unlucky.
I'm seeing a lot of the Twitch chat is going mental here, guys. I need you to calm the storm. Okay, tell me, what are people so outraged by? Is it the fact that Clark wins? Is it the fact that Rambo's 2nd, or the fact that Lilypad, aka Spamfest, is in 3rd? What are people upset?
It's Rambo of the season, I guess.
Rambo of the season. Anyone? I mean, Proky, Joe, Spamfest. I always felt Spamfest is one of the stronger players on Phaler, especially on payload with the old space wrench. Feelings?
Spamfest won as Coal Plant with that level 3 gun and shutter, so I think she's definitely deserved at least 2nd, but the other NGs were putting a solid shift, so probably the closest vote in terms of just players in the poll.
Like, I also agree, Lilypad had a big impact. Like, it's amazing to see an NG be so impactful. I think it's just because, having an American player in the votings might be harder to get the votes that she would have needed, but I can definitely appreciate the NG, all the NGs here, and shout out to Rambosaur as well. He was always our favorite.
Yeah, I mean, again, top 3 from the top 3 teams. And again, it's SCCK winning. I mean, I don't know, Rambo, I think pretty sure he's the only engineer there who's got a video on YouTube of him slamming people in arm wrestles at Copenhagen Games. So, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Engineers, you want to prove your worth, you need to turn up to Copenhagen Games, April the 17th.
You have
Denmark.
to beat Rambo.
You have to beat Rambo biceps.
MGE biceps, yeah.
NGMGE. I mean, yeah, there we go. So Lilypad third, Rambo second, and Clark is engineer of the season for the fifth time?
Fifth time, yes.
Fifth time. Thank you very much. Fifth time engineer of the season. So now we're going to move on to those support classes. Bloodis, medic of the season. Who did the best healing this season?
Okay, we had nominated Layla, Tertio, and Sprayer. And for the medics as well, we almost have another tie again for the third and second place. They're as close as 117 votes and 118 votes. It's almost the same as the heavies had, even. But the third place with medics goes for Tertio with 117 votes. Then with 118 votes on the second place, we have Layla giving Sprayer the returning medic of the season award with 193 votes. Excuse me.
There we go. Congratulations to Sprayer. And Tertio was the medic for Envision. So this is, I think, the first award we've had so far, which didn't feature the top three. But there we go. I mean, guys, debate Sprayer medic of the season again.
Go on, Joe. I know you've got an opinion on this.
Go, Joe.
Go on, Joe.
Go on, Joe.
I feel like Layla plays in a way aggressive team than Sprayer does, so she's going to have way more deaths. But I feel like during the season, Layla played way better. But in the grand finals, I feel Sprayer played a lot better than Layla. But I feel Sprayer should have got the award. So.
Anyone else agree? Anyone else agree? Disagree? Anyone else should have been in there?
I guess the votes are okay. Like, Sprayer did great for us. He didn't die the most and didn't drop a lot, so I guess he did what he has to do.
Good stuff. Wild Piggy, you're going to have to refresh my memory. Who was your medic this season?
Well, we started off with Sebastiane, and then we got Emia in the third week as well. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But yeah, we were. I mean, the problem with Seb is that he died in a lot of stupid ways, but he's just a very nice guy. I can't say anything against him. He's in my Sixes team as well, and I just love him. But Emia was a better fit in Highlander, I feel. Just surviving more. I think he was pretty solid, honestly. Maybe more so than Tertio. Maybe he should have been in third place or even higher. But, you know, that's just how it is.
I mean, any comments on Tertio? Because played in Envision, and Envision did pick up some decent points. I think they beat STCK on Steel, if my memory is serving me correctly. I mean, any comments on him being in the top?
Not really. It didn't really have much impact. He's the worst Polish medic, so it's fine.
Ooh, I mean,
that's toxic. Wow, true.
It's the truth. It's not toxic.
Throwing shade at other Polish. I mean, Polish medics. There's been quite a few over the times. I mean, Jacob, he was a Polish medic. Maybe that's it.
He wasn't good either. Sorry, CeeJaey, to disappoint him.
Grabber,
yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of Polish medics. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last season wasn't Grabber and Tertio in the votes as well. I don't know. I mean, Polish medics invading Prem. They're everywhere. But that's it. There we go. Sprayer, the only non-Polish person in the vote, winning the Medic of the Season award, playing for Super Dickmans. So we're moving on to the next class, which is, I mean, it's the easiest class. They don't really do anything important. They don't do anything flashy. I mean, you just kind of just standing there spectating, just zooming in and out. You know, it is, of course, Sniper, and we have one of the nominees with us here tonight, Bloodis. How did it go?
Two of them. Even.
We have two of them.
Yeah.
We have two? Oh, of course, yeah.
With snipers, we had 4 nominations even, instead of just 3. Them being Stinghan, CazaroC, Proky, and Fusky. Then on 4th place, we find Fusky with 61 votes, And on the third place, we have Stinghan with 98 votes. And with top 2, we can find both of them in the stream now. On second place with 108 votes, we have Proky, which leaves CazaroC on the first place with 174 votes.
Yes,
Very well deserved.
finally.
Congratulations. I mean, Sniper mains, discuss, debate with Joe. I mean, you say that's well deserved, Proky. Did you feel Kaza was the best sniper this season that you?
Yeah, definitely. He noted in the final and almost pretty much won his team the game. So yeah, he definitely deserved it. By far the best sniper of the season.
I mean, Kaza, would you? Are you gonna pull a Joe and agree and say, yeah, I was the best sniper? Or I mean, who else in that poll there gave you the most trouble this?
Either Proky and I would say Ollie, but he is not in the poll actually. I don't know why, but yeah, Ollie would have deserved to be in this poll.
Yeah, he was nominated for debut of the season, but wasn't in the sniper vote. We also didn't have the torpedo sniper, Wild Piggy. That was Ollie. Yeah, it was Ollie. Yeah, I'm putting two together. It takes me some time. You know, sometimes I'm a little bit slow. I mean, do you agree Ollie should have been in that vote? I mean, torpedo reaching top 3, his debut.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird to see him being nominated for, what was it, debut of the season, but not getting nominated as the sniper of the season when there are 4 nominations. I mean, I would have said that should probably remove either Fanxi or Stinghan and gotten Ollie into the vote. Just, I don't know. He's a great player, and he definitely deserved it. So, in my heart, he's the best sniper of the season.
Yeah, I mean, coming from memory, I know that Stinghan had a fairly big game on Steel against SCCK, I think, which was, of course, casted, as was Fuzzkey's game against SCCK on the double Koth week. And I'm pretty sure he top-ranked on both maps that week. Against SCK, which was obviously a huge upset at the time. It was 3-0, 3-0. And it was only, the second, third week of the season. So I think maybe that's what's sticking in people's minds. You know, I mean, they have been around for quite some time. Joe, I know how much you love snipers.
It's a good class. I like it.
It's a good class. Who gave you the most trouble? Who did you feel was the best sniper this season?
I think the best sniper this season was probably Stinghan. I feel like he should have either gone first or second. I feel like Kaza was getting, when he was playing on French club or chess club, whatever you want to call him, I feel like he was getting trashed by most snipers. But when he was playing on like the best team, so everyone was just protecting him, so he's playing way better. But I feel like when most snipers don't play on a great team, they just get trashed instantly. So I feel like Stinghan was like performing like out of his mind when he was playing this season. So I think he should have got first.
Thinking
easy.
The best. Oh, there we go. We have one more class, and that was, of course, Spy. So, Bloodis, do you want to tell us who was nominated for Spy of the?
Sure. For Spies, we have Ajay, Mezzo, and Zeman. And with top 2 of them having another close fight against each other in the votes. On third place, we have Ajay with 91 votes. And with 158 and 164 votes. On second place, we have Mezzo giving Zeman the Spy of the Season award.
You know what? Part of me wanted Mezzo to win just so that I could say the more Zeds you have in the name, the better Spy you are. But that's just ruined now. It's just the order's totally gone wrong. But there we go. Zeman, Spy of the Season. I want to say that's for the second time or third time. So multiple Spy of the Season winner coming back this season for SCCK. We again have the top 3 teams represented. So you guys can take it away with who you felt got the most influence on the games as a Spy.
I feel like Mezzo should have won. He had like the most impact. Z-Man only played 3 games through the season, and then he played grand finals. But I just feel like he had no impact whatsoever. He was pretty trash during the season, but Mezzo was like carrying us a lot at the time. So I feel like he should have won.
Yeah, Zaman doesn't even play spy. He just runs around with his gun. So I don't know if he should be nominated here. So whatever. But Mezzo did do really well the whole season. Ajay struggled at times, but he's also an incredible spy in my opinion.
Proky, Kaza, yeah.
I guess both Mezzo and Zaman deserve the win. It's really hard to decide. They have, like, as I said before, for another class, they have different game style. Like Zaman, like, is a bit more passive with the ambassador and playing more with, like, our soldier Jackie on some maps and making plays together. And Mezzo is just like stabbing again and again, and it's always like really painful to play against him.
Yeah, Z-Man destroyed us pretty hard on Battle at first because he would just sit on the rocks and just headshot everyone on the hill. So, yeah, his ambi-aim was pretty good this season.
He denied at least, I think, 2 or 3 push on Badwaters by himself, just headshotting people.
Okay, well, there we go. That is our roster of the season. All of the players have been nominated and have been awarded. So I'm going to do this from memory. Scout of the season was Credu of SDCK. Soldier of the season, Jackie Legs, in a very close vote, edging out Nubby. So again, of SDCK. Pyro was Yahoo from Super Dickmans. Demo Man of the season was Joe from Geotech Failer. Sandburn was Heavy of the season. Clark was Engineer of the season. Medic was Sprayer. I was going to say Sprayer of the season. Sprayer of the season was Sprayer. Sniper of the season was CazaroC, and Zaman won Spy of the season. So out of the 9 classes there, 8 of them were from winners STCK, with Joe being the sole winner outside of that. From the runners-up side. The top 3 teams, I've been told, had 10 players nominated each. Or 10 nominations, I imagine, as that includes, because there's only 9 classes, but including the other votes as well. So you can see that the top 3 teams obviously did have a lot of good players. That's why they were top 3, getting a lot of the awards. So that is our roster, I suppose, the best roster of Season 17 Highlander. We do have 3 more awards to go, and I'm not sure the order we're going to do it. I would like to get Caster out of the way because I like to see debut and MVP side by side. So Bloodis, do you want to let us know who was nominated and who won Caster of the season, the only non-playing award?
Those will be Domato, Jake, and then CeeJaey. And for that award as well, we have 3rd place with 76 votes going for Domato, and with 81 votes, there will be 2nd place to go for Jake, meaning that CeeJaey gets to keep his Kazaro throne with 304 votes.
Strong win here.
Good job.
I love talking. It's my passion. It was nice to cast this games this season. Actually, not playing, I was able to cast a lot more. But I mean, it was great casting with all the guys here. I mean, it was only limited to 3 people, but let's not forget the amount of people. There was a nice table, I think, shown by Wiethoofd on Twitter, or somebody on Twitter, or at least on the ETF2L page as well, of how many different people had casted and how many games were actually covered this season. I'm not sure if Wiethoofd can clarify, but we pretty much covered most of the games this season. So that's pretty impressive. I think we might have missed one, he's saying. But yeah. We had at least one missing. Okay, so maybe I'm just bigging it up for no reason. But there we go. You guys can say nice things about Jake and Domato now. Or not.
Jake's a good caster. I don't like Domato casting. There you go. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. With Domato, I would prefer like Jake and CeeJaey, to be honest.
I mean, I do believe Jake is going to be at Copenhagen Games at the end of April. So we had a great casting combo last year with Jake and Chando being like our dedicated casting pair. I actually got the table here in front of me now. So Proky actually here was one of our casters. He casted 1 Div 1 game. We had Extra Solar with 2 games, one of them in Prem. Buck casted 3 games, 1 in Prem. Then we have Chando and Gamma both casted 2 games in Prem. Domato with 3. I casted 5. And Jake casted 6 games in Prem. So we had a lot of casts being done. And obviously Wiethoofd as well in the background doing a lot of the production. people like Foppish as well helping out where they can. I'm not sure if he managed to do any this season, but Wiethoofd has been taking the big work on his back. But we're going to go back to the gaming awards now, the interesting ones. We have two more awards. One of them is Debut of the Season, and the next one is Best Player, MVP of the Season. So, Bloodis, who was nominated for Debut of the Season?
Well, for debuts, we do have a single person who hasn't been mentioned yet at all so far in the nominations, which is Ollie. But then going with it will be also T-Borden and Leski returning again for this vote. And on third place, we can find T-Borden getting 103 votes. And with 126 votes, we have Leski rewarding Ollie with the Debut of the Season award.
Big Holly deserves.
Agree.
Yeah, I think he had the most impact on the team, so yeah, I'll give him the award.
I mean, it does boggle the mind a little bit that he was the debut of the season, but he wasn't nominated on Sniper. So, I mean, again, we can go back to that, the fact that he wasn't nominated. But I mean, Wild Piggy, you all three of them there on your team. I mean, we did talk about how you had a bit of a mix of some experienced players and a lot of newcomers. I mean, you know, playing with these guys, do you think that's the right order of the award there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. It is. I'm happy that someone from Torpedo got at least one win here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All of these players being their first time in Prem, it's amazing. We made it all the way up to third place with so many people for being there in Prem for the first time. So congratulations to everybody on Torpedo.
Yeah, Torpedo definitely being the debut of the season. I want to say something like you can't spell Torpedo without debut. I mean, it's got like two of the same letters, maybe pushing it a bit there. But there we go. Ollie, not included in the nominations for Sniper of the Season, but he does win an award, wins Debut of the Season, the best gamer to have played in their first season of Prem. And we have one more award to go. It is the big one, El Grande. It is MVP, Best Player of the Season, Most Valuable Player, basically just the best gamer from Season 17. Bloodis, please let us know who was nominated and who won.
The nominations included Fredu, Nobby, Sandburn, and Joe. And with that, we have Sandburn getting 52 votes and fourth place, followed up by Joe with 58 votes. Then with top two, we have a big difference in the results of 118 and 248 votes. With second place, we have Nobby, followed up by Credu, winning the MVP of the season.
Completely deserves the win on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyone else? Yeah. I mean, how about the order? We had two SCCK players there. We had Sandburn in fourth, Joe in third, Nubby second, and Credu in first. Joe, do you feel like you were the third best player of the season behind Nubby and Credu?
I would say second. I wouldn't say third. Nubby didn't even get to grand finals, did he? So there you go. But I feel like Credu did have a big impact when he joined SDCK, so he does deserve the award.
I mean, Piggy, Nubby didn't win Soldier of the Season, came runner-up, very, very close, was runner-up here as well. Do you feel maybe he should have won at least one of those, or do you agree with the results?
I mean, it would have been great if he would have gotten one any award, especially Best Player of the Season. I think the only thing he's lacking now is some more experience, and then he's definitely on his way there. He's already one of the best soldiers in Prem, in my opinion, so there's not much more that he can do except just keep playing, I guess. Also, Joe should probably be in fourth place, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, I mean, there we go. And also to point out, Credu wins a vintage lo-fi longwave, courtesy of KritzKast. Best player of each season in Highlander wins one of those. So he'll have that waiting in his backpack. If you're listening, Credu, look forward to that. It'll be coming soon. But there we go. Those are all of the awards that we have for you tonight. So just to recap, I'm sure Wiethoofd is going to get a lovely graphic up on the screen so we can see all of the different awards. We have Scout of the Season was Credu. Soldier of the Season, Jackie Legs. Yahoo was Pyro of the Season. JoeN was Demo Man of the Season. Sandburn Heavy of the Season. Engineer was Clark. Medic was Sprayer. Sniper of the Season was CazaroC. Spy of the Season was The Man. Best Debut was Ollie, the sole winner outside of the top two. There we go. Joe as well, actually being the only two players outside of SCCK to win an award. Credu being the MVP of the season and myself as caster of the season. Just taking a look there. We actually have 3 Finns in the awards. That's the flag that is dominating right at the moment. I think we also have the award history as well. I think Wiethoofd always does that, and he has like a change in the top awards. We'll see if there's any changes, any players who've kind of moved up in the rankings. So there we go. So now in 7th place with a total of 2 awards, joining a host of names there. We have Credu jumping in with his first 2 awards. CazaroC, Joe, and Ziman now have doubled their award count. They are now in 7th place with 2 awards each. Sprayer and Yahoo with an extra 1 are up to 6th place. Jackie Legs and Sandburn with their extra 1. They're up to a total of 4 in 5th place. Clark, having won his 5th Engineer of the Season award, is now in 4th place alongside Lazy Bear. And, you know, I'm just stretching my lead over Steve, really. I'm just doing this now to try and tempt him back into TF2. I don't think it's going to work. But maybe if I just gloat a little bit more, maybe he'll come back. But there we go. And, I mean, any kind of comments there on sort of the overall awards? Anyone you feel we've missed out on, not touched on?
Nope.
Just Ollie for Sniper, I guess, for me.
Mm-hmm. Nothing else? No. I mean, we do have another graphic. I think I'm waiting for Wiethoofd to give me the go to talk about Copenhagen Games, which is, of course, coming in, I believe it must be less than 70 days. Someone said 72 days to me not long ago. So it's less than that now. We're getting around to the 2-month mark. 17th of April to the 20th of April this year, Copenhagen Games. It will, just like last year, have both 6v6 and Highlander. And we'll have a Highlander casted LAN again. And we will have casters on site. We'll have production on site. So you'll be able to watch those games live and see players playing Highlander at the LAN event. I was there last time. I know Kaza was. Is anyone else joining again? Proky, you going to be returning?
Yes, I will be.
Piggy, you going to go to LAN? Kaza, you going again?
I don't think I will going. I don't have a team yet, so yeah. If I find a team, maybe, but like, if no one is a sniper, I don't think I will go.
Not yet for me.
Joe, are you and Layla gonna go to a LAN? Are you gonna turn up for Copenhagen?
You have to ask Layla that. It's not my decision. It's up to her if she wants to go or not.
Oh, so there we go. Spam Layla in chat, guys. It's up to Layla whether Joe and Layla turn up to a LAN. Wiethoofd will be there. He'll be doing all the production behind the scenes and sorting stuff out. But for now, that is it. So congratulations to all our award winners. Great stuff. Shout out to I'm just going to throw a quick shout out at the start. We do have a Twitter on KritzKast. If you check out the Twitter on KritzKast, there is actually a giveaway at the moment. I'm trying to scroll up to find the contents of that giveaway because I know on one of my messaging, you've told me what it was, but it is giving away 2 sets of Plantonix Rig 500 headsets this week. So head over to the Twitter. You can see all of the different social media that KritzKast is on, and the Twitter is where that giveaway is going on at the moment. I'm going to start off at the top, or at least looking at my screen. Kaza, do you have any shout-outs before we go?
Yeah, shout out to Mezzo, shout out to Vinny, shout out to Ball, and shout out to Checky Legs.
Piggy, do you have any shout-outs?
Shout out to everybody on Torpedo and the rest of my circle jerk with Sick and Polarium, Shinzo, all of those guys. I love you guys.
Awesome. And Joe, any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to Faint. Shout out to Sevens for giving us easy money. That's about it. Oh, and thanks for coming second again. I enjoyed it so much.
Proky, any shout-outs from you?
Shout out to Oink5. Shout out to Faint. Shout out to Middle, Aleski, Austin, Jeeves, and Patrick and Caper. And shout out to Bowl.
Awesome. And Bloodis, I'm going to come to you. You've been doing the great work of giving us the awards. Any shout-outs from you?
I want to shout out all ETF2L admins and to shout out to both my teams.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you very much for watching. This has been the awards show. If you don't know who won and you don't want spoilers, just go back to the start of the VOD and you can watch it and find out. But we will see the results being updated on the ETF2L site soon enough, I'm sure. Also, if you check out the site, you'll actually see the dates for the next Highlander season. That'll be Highlander season 18. We'll be seeing who will be crowned champions there, and it'll be actually going to be buffered by Copenhagen Games. So you can have a lot of Highlander in the springtime. That's something to look forward to, of course. And we'll be trying to cover that on KritzKast. For now, we'll be covering UGC games on a Monday where we can, if you have production available, and casters. Of course, if you think you're good at casting, let us know, and we may get you on board to do some talking over the games. And one final shout out for Wiethoofd, organizing everything in the background, getting all these players into Discord, and for sorting out all the problems and putting up these, just doing all the technical stuff that I'm not smart enough to do. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a great night.